The fact that they did what they did is all the closure that we need. We do not, I don't know, like, and I never really been big on the whole closure thing, or I guess I never really verbalized it, but my actions probably said something different. And I still kind of feel like there are some things that I do that could be like, okay, sis, like, that's still a form of closure. But I had to say this to myself. You got to get out of you just want to know, because you already know. Their actions was all the closure that you need, sis. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to any other person out there who feels like they need some type of closure. You do, the moment that you got your self-worth in order, the moment that you start valuing yourself and loving yourself, you're not going to expect anything from a soul. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to tell you that right now, because you're going to understand that that person, whoever it is not even worth. You're not even going to want the closure. And literally, I've had my share of experiences dealing with this. You start focusing on yourself, you start loving yourself, and you start valuing yourself, you're going to you're going to compare that to what this other person is doing or not doing. No, you don't need closure. You don't need them to verbalize, to vocalize, to do anything. They did what they did. They said what they said. And they meant everything. And we have to be okay. We have to be, we don't be okay. We don't be okay. We don't be wanting to accept the reality. We don't be wanting to accept the hard truth. But y'all, I'm telling you, sit with yourself a little bit. Sit with yourself a little bit. Disconnect from whatever and whoever. Give yourself some space. You gonna get all the clarity that you need, the answers that you need. Take a step back, because the thing about it is that if we even had to get to a place to where we're even wanting closure, or we're even questioning certain things, that's enough. Even us questioning what the perspective and what they're doing, their actions, even that in itself is closure. Like, and we just be sitting here like, we just keep digging until we dig ourselves in a hole, and then we want to point the finger at the other person like they're the reason why we're in a hole, like they're the reason why we're wanting closure to begin with. Like, they did what they did, but what did you do? Yeah, you didn't. You did something, and then you didn't do something to put yourself where you are now. We have to point at ourselves. No, it is not them. It is you. Yes, I literally have to sit with myself, and that's why I'm like, I be treading lightly. I be like being mindful, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to become like just more patient with just everything in this journey that I'm on, and I still make mistakes along the journey. Whew, and boy, am I learning, and I'm growing. Okay, and I love that for me, and I love the fact that I could go through these situations. It may look like it's on the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it may look like, like I don't want it to look. However, those times, you need those. You need those to understand, to get it so that you won't find yourself in the same situation again. You really do. You need it. But This was about closure. This is about closure. And we don't need it. We need to deal with ourselves is what we need. We don't need nobody else to do nothing for us. We really don't. Because the thing about it, that is a lot of expectations that we are putting on someone else to give them something that we need. Like, some people just are just unable to meet your needs. Like, it is a thing that they're probably not going to, which again takes me back to why you're needing closure to begin with. You don't need nobody to help you move on. All you need is yourself and the Lord. That's it. You get yourself a personal spiritual relationship with whoever or whatever that's going to keep you grounded, that's going to keep you centered. That is all that you need. That is all that you need. You don't need anything from anybody else. You really don't. You really don't. You should be able to live without what somebody is not giving you. You should be able to, navigate through life. You should be able to still be happy. You should still be able to have joy and peace without getting something from somebody else. It starts from within. This done went somewhere else. It done went somewhere else. We don't. You don't. You do not need. Start within yourself. Stop putting these expectations on these people, and they don't even, are they happy? Are they happy with themselves? Do they love themselves? Do they take care of themselves? I mean, we can go deep. Like, we can go real deep. Like, this goes a very long way. Because all this is putting expectations on people. And wanting closure from people, expecting it, really. Ain't nobody got to do nothing. They ain't got to do what you ask them to do. I mean, we can have whatever expectations that we want. They don't have to do it if they don't want to. So what are you going to do? You're going to continue to be upset? You're going to try to pull it out of them? You're going to try to beat it out of them? That's crazy. Move on. Move on. It is what it is. We have to accept things for what they are. Like I was saying, we need to do better with moving on. We need to do better with moving on. We need to do better with allowing people to be who they are. And if who they are does not align with who we are, what we want, where we're going, what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? If the alignment is not there, you definitely want to let it go. You don't want to continue a struggle love relationship. You don't want that. Like, it is just way too much going on in the world today. And if you're like me, like, I have been on this journey for a very long time, just really trying to improve and learn and relearn and work on my relationships with, my co-parent, my children, myself. It goes on. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Let me tell you something. The last thing I'm going to do is try to force someone to do something that they do not want to do. I'm not. And sometimes my actions have displayed that. And I'm like, Karina, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. They don't want to. They don't want to. Like, and in the moment, that's not what it is. But when you sit back and you talk to yourself, like how I'm talking to y'all and me, you'll be like, and me doing this with myself, I have to put myself in my place. I have to go back. Karina, really? Like, come on. And at the end of the day, what I say is, make it make sense. Make it make sense. What do you want? What do you see? What are you getting? Make it make sense.